China is investing billions into Africa, and it's not for the reason you think. This multi-billion-dollar project is set to revolutionize ports, railways, and megacities in Africa. But why is China suddenly interested in developing Africa? Is it to help them prosper, or do they have something else in mind? For over 2 decades, China has been Africa's biggest trading partner. They've been pouring billions of dollars into developing energy grids, roads, and bridges in Africa to help them prosper. In 2024 alone, they've invested a whopping $51 billion toward new infrastructure growth. These projects will surely have a massive impact on the African economy, but it will surely come with certain terms. Let's discuss 10 of these key projects and how they'll reshape Africa.
China is willing to deepen cooperation with Africa in the areas of industry and agriculture, infrastructure, trade, and investment.
贸易投资等领域合作。
At number 10, we have the Subra Hydroelectric power station. This project is more than just constructing a new dam. It represents Ivory Coast's expanding energy ambitions. With a $572 million investment, this project will create 275 megawatts of energy, powering over 200,000 homes and reducing the country's dependency on fossil fuels. China's Export-Import Bank has contributed 85% of the finance, with state-owned Sino Hydro directing the construction. The Ivory Coast government has taken proactive steps to ensure long-term energy independence. The Ivorian government had developed certain policies to support local workers and engineers to ensure that they are a key part of this project. Their involvement in such a mega-scale project will boost their skills and create more jobs in the region. This collaboration is an ideal example of how foreign investment can be balanced with national interests. By ensuring this happens, they can ensure that the infrastructure helps in economic growth rather than push them toward debt. Thanks to the increasing rise of renewable energy, the Subra Hydroelectric power station will soon be one of the key producers of clean energy and make the Ivory Coast self-sufficient in energy. Another key project is Namibia's Walvis Bay Container Terminal, and this project is set to redefine Namibia's role as a regional economic hub. With a $300 million investment, this port development has more than quadrupled container capacity, increasing it from 3,500 to 7,500 TEUs. This translates to speedier shipping, less congestion, and a better economy for Namibia and its neighbors. However, the scope of this research extends beyond Namibia. It's a lifeline for landlocked countries like Botswana, Zambia, and Zimbabwe, providing a speedier and more cost-effective route to global markets. Instead of depending on crowded South African ports, these nations now have direct access to international trade, which boosts regional commerce and economic growth. The Namibian government is working strategically with Chinese investors to ensure that this project helps both parties and helps Namibia prosper. Apart from the port expansion, which is a key development in itself, the government is investing heavily in road and rail networks to offer a seamless connection between Walvis Bay and inland trade routes. This regional integration with inland trade routes is an intelligent decision, as it will allow Namibia to position itself as an important logistics hub in Africa. As the cost of global shipping is rising and shipping companies are looking for different routes, the Walvis Bay can easily become its future gateway. Thanks to China, Angola is taking a big step towards energy domination with the Kukulo Kabaka hydropower project. This $4.5 billion megadam project will treble the country's electricity production by producing a whopping 2,172 megawatts of energy. This project will not only fulfill Angola's rising electrical demand, but will also establish it as a regional energy center, delivering power to South Africa, Namibia, and beyond. The hydropower project will create thousands of jobs, from building to long-term maintenance, offering much-needed employment and skill development opportunities for local individuals. It will increase Angola's energy independence by reducing dependency on expensive fossil fuels, lowering prices, and increasing industrial growth. A colossal project like this comes with its unique challenges, And for Angola, the biggest concern will be environmental damage. Due to the dam's sheer size, the area needs to be cleared out, which means displacement of communities. To ensure the communities there are properly accommodated for, the Angolan government is working on resettlement plans which will offer fair compensation to the people in the affected areas. Moreover, the team is also working on eco-friendly policies that will improve water management and protect biodiversity in the area to ensure minimal damage. The Bagamoyo Port in Tanzania is set to revolutionize East African trade. This $10 billion megaport is planned to accommodate a staggering 20 million 20-foot equivalent units, or TEUs, yearly. If completely developed, this project might overtake Mombasa as East Africa's largest and most modern port. This will create new economic prospects for landlocked countries such as Uganda, Rwanda, and Burundi. Tanzania's geographical location on the Indian Ocean presents the port as a crucial gateway for global trade, drawing significant international investment. By eliminating congestion at Dar es Salaam port and cutting shipping costs, Bagamoyo has the potential to simplify supply chains throughout the area, advancing development and increasing exports. This project wouldn't be possible without Tanzania's incredible leadership that helped secure this unbelievable deal. As per initial discussions, China wanted full control over the project, which is why it took a time to strike the deal. The Tanzanian government pushed for betters to make sure that they got authority over their future revenue and port operations. The environment was another major challenge, as the port will have a massive impact on coastal ecosystems. To protect them, the government was given strict environmental oversight orders, which will focus on waste management, sustainable construction practices, and marine conservation. Nigeria's Lagos-Ibadan Railway will be a true game-changer in West African transportation. This $1.5 billion, 156-kilometer high-speed rail project will potentially resolve travel time from Lagos to Ibadan from 7 hours to 2 hours. This high-speed rail travels at a whopping speed of 150 kilometers an hour and is intended to relieve traffic congestion and improve commerce and modernize transportation in the region. It is also the first part of a much bigger project, the Lagos-Kano Railway, which will eventually connect southern and northern Nigeria. The railway promotes economic progress by making the movement of goods and people more efficient. Businesses benefit from speedier logistics, while passengers have a safer, more dependable alternative to roadways that are frequently congested and in bad shape. Furthermore, with Lagos being Nigeria's biggest port, the railway serves to relieve traffic congestion by providing a direct route for freight transit. The Nigerian government is working to ensure that the project is sustainable and doesn't damage its environment. They are training local professionals in the area to offer Nigerians a stable source of income and reduce poverty in the region. They're also doing this to ensure that they don't have just foreigners in railway management, maintenance, and operations. Even though this will be an advanced high-speed train, the government is working on pricing strategies to make sure the locals can afford it as their daily commute. Nigeria's Mambila hydropower project is a significant step toward energy independence. This $5.8 billion hydroelectric project will produce 3,050 megawatts of energy, making it one of Africa's largest hydropower facilities. To put things in perspective, that is 1.5 times the capacity of the Hoover Dam. Once finished, it is expected to meet 25% of Nigeria's total electricity consumption, significantly decreasing the country's reliance on expensive diesel generators and unreliable power systems. Located in the Taraba state, the project will have 4 dams along the Dongo River, providing water to multiple hydroelectric stations. As Nigerian businesses, industries, and households have been suffering from power outages for a long time, the government has ensured that the project will help its citizens before anyone else. They've also ensured that the project offers jobs to locals, training engineers, hydropower specialists, and technicians to ensure that they run and maintain the dam. They're also working towards addressing issues like displacement of communities and deforestation to minimize the project's environmental impact. Next on the list is the Addis Ababa-Djibouti Railway changer in East Africa. This $4 billion, 756-kilometer electrified railway connects Ethiopia's capital to the port of Djibouti and reduces travel time from days to 12 hours. Prior to this project, Djibouti's port handled more than 90% of Ethiopia's trade, but poor road conditions made transit difficult and expensive. With a modern, high-speed freight and passenger service, Ethiopia can now transport products more quickly, increasing commerce and reducing expenses. The railway is expected to boost Ethiopia's GDP by 2.2% per year, mainly to speedier exports, cheaper logistical costs, and industrial expansion. It will also allow Ethiopia to export items such as coffee, cotton, and equipment more easily. The Ethiopian government has ensured that the railway isn't another Chinese-built infrastructure. They have been working extensively toward training local workers, train engineers, technicians, and railway operators to ensure that they have control over the train in the long run. It also goes hand in hand with Africa's sustainability goals by shifting from diesel to electric trains. The Maputo-Katembe Bridge represents contemporary engineering and economic progress in Mozambique. It is Africa's longest suspension bridge, measuring 3 kilometers long and costing $785 million to build. Designed to connect Maputo to the undeveloped Katembe region, the bridge eliminates the problematic ferry system, cutting travel time from hours to minutes. This project isn't a regular bridge, it is the gateway to economic expansion in Mozambique. It links the city of Maputo to southern Mozambique and provides a direct route to South Africa. With this bridge, they'll foster real estate development, trade, and tourism in the region. Thanks to the project, many isolated areas are now accessible to the people and have opened new opportunities for residential and commercial projects. The Nairobi-Mombasa Standard Gauge Railway, or SGR, is one of Africa's biggest projects. It's set to revolutionize East African transportation and trade by constructing a $3.2 billion, 472-kilometer railway that reduces time between Kenya's capital and its main port city from over 12 hours to 4.5 hours. It is intended to replace Kenya's old British-built railway, modernizing the logistics network and increasing freight and passenger transit efficiency. Apart from providing faster travel time between cities, the project will bring some major economic benefits once fully completed. Ever since its initial launch, the project has increased Kenya's GDP by 1.5% thanks to more job creations, faster trades, and reduced transportation costs. SGR moves millions of passengers annually and handles a major chunk of Kenya's freight. This has significantly reduced their reliance on expensive and congested road transportation, which they were previously using. Kenyan leadership is playing a key role in ensuring that the project first benefits the locals. They've struck deals with the Chinese and negotiated loan deals to prevent debt strain. They're also investing heavily in their local workforce by providing them the finest training to ensure they run this railway smoothly and generate great results. The next Chinese investment will not just help Egypt build a new administrative capital, but will revolutionize urban living in the region. It is being constructed by the China State Construction Engineering Corp and is set to boast sustainable design, advanced technology, and a futuristic infrastructure. It is undoubtedly one of the biggest infrastructural projects in not just Egypt, but also in the whole of Africa. This capital city will be as big as Singapore, spanning over 700 kilometers, and will cost over $45 billion. With this project, Egypt aims to redefine its political and economic landscape and ease Cairo's overcrowding. The smart city aspects are what set this idea apart. The capital, powered by renewable energy, will include AI-driven traffic systems, smart government services, and automated security networks. With vast solar farms, renewable energy sources will power government buildings, while a sophisticated waste management system will assure environmental sustainability. But this isn't merely a Chinese-led venture. Egypt's leadership is actively determining the project's direction. The government has guaranteed that local contractors and workers play an important part in the building, hence increasing employment and skill development. Furthermore, the city is part of Egypt's bigger Vision 2030 agenda, which focuses on economic diversification, sustainability, and technological progress. Outside of easing the current capital city's congestion, this new administrative capital will house Egyptian cultural centers, embassies, and financial hubs, with a grand mark which will put the country forward in modern urban development. Thanks to its futuristic, sustainable, and technology-focused approach, the new capital will be the model for future African megacities. The billions of dollars China is pouring into Africa's future will surely help both parties if everything goes smoothly. However, if there are any disruptions, then African countries might face some serious setbacks. That's all for today. Who do you think will benefit from these projects the most, China or Africa? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and while you're there, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this.